And we have another female fight in this next one between Andrea Lee and JJ Aldrich, two longtime MMA veterans. I mean, you could argue both these girls are kind of pioneers for female MMA. Andrea Lee, her first fight was in 2011. JJ Aldrich, all the way back in 2010. 14th UFC fight for Andrea Lee, 16th UFC fight for Aldrich. But both have to win here, especially Andrea Lee. Lee, I believe, is tied currently for the most losses in a row for a female in UFC history with 5. So she would set a pretty dubious record if she loses here. It makes it 6 losses in a row. And JJ Aldrich, she lost her last fight to Veronica Hardy, and she's lost 3 of her last 5. But she was on a 2-fight win streak before the loss to Hardy. So if you want to argue anyone has the more momentum, it's definitely Aldrich. But the pressure is on for both. Man, to me, this fight just comes down to I feel like JJ Aldrich is still in the game more. She has a good training camp behind her. She is still training with good fighters and preparing right. I feel like Andrea Lee, I'm just not. I don't see that as much. I don't know where she's training, who she's training with, what type of work she's getting in. Her corner with Tony Kelly every time, it's like, I don't like the advice there. I don't like what they got going on, in terms of the coaching stuff there. And I feel like Andrea Lee, she's been gassing out in these fights lately, man. She comes out there, she's strong for the first half, and then she looks like she's stuck in the mud in the second half of these fights. She's just completely gassed, and I think in this fight she's going to have to wrestle to win. I mean, it's not like she's at a big disadvantage on the feet, but I just think JJ with the basics can kind of just piece her up. We just saw Montana De La Rosa outstrike Andrea Lee on the feet with 1-2s with the jab, and JJ Aldrich just abused Montana with the stand-up. So you'd think that if Andrea Lee is struggling with Montana on the feet with the same weapons that JJ is good with, it's going to be kind of a levels fight in the stand-up after Andrea Lee's kind of explosive athleticism, quickness slows down with her cardio. So Andrea Lee, I mean, her wrestling is good. If she would go out there and be able to wrestle JJ up and control it for 3 rounds, or at least mix it up where it could make it a closer fight, even if she's losing most of the striking, then I would give her more of a chance. And when you're looking at it from a betting perspective, I mean, I guess you could say it's a dog or pass, but it's like, man, no one should be betting on this fight. And I think JJ is going to win. I feel like JJ will probably win fairly easily, 29-28, maybe even 30-27, just pumping the jab out there, using the basics on the feet, and being better conditioned and probably just a little bit more prepared with better game planning.